نعم.
عن عائشة وأم سلمة رضي الله عنهما أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يدركه الفجر وهو جنب من أهله ثم يغتسل ويصوم.
Here we're going to go into the ruling of fasting when you wake up in the morning and you are in a state of janaba. You're in a state of janaba. Janaba occurs either by someone having a wet dream, or it occurs by somebody having sexual intercourse with their spouse. The Messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam, would wake up and it was what? Fajr entered. Salatul Fajr entered and he's in a state of janaba. And he would still fast. Aisha and Salama, both of his wives, they said, كَانَ يُدْرِكُهُ الْفَجْرُ Fajr will enter and it will reach him. وَهُوَ جُنُوبٌ And he was in a state of janaba. مِنْ أَهْلِهِ From his family. The word kana in the Arabic language, if the khabar of kana is a fi'l mudari', the khabar of kana has an ism and a khabar, right? If the khabar of kana is a fi'l mudari' in the Arabic language, they say تدل على الاستمرار غالبا. It shows continuation, that this keeps happening and keeps happening. That's a side benefit. ما لم يوجد قرينة, as long as there's no external factor that diverts it from it. But the point is, the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, Fajr would come his way. يدركه الفجر. Salatul Fajr will come. وَهُوَ جُنُوبٌ What does it mean, وَهُوَ جُنُوبٌ? ذُو janaba. He is upon major impurity. Major impurity. Junub in the Sharia, it means كُلُّ مَا أَوْجَبَ الْغُسْلِ Anything that necessitates having to shower yourself. You have to have a shower from it. It's called the junub. And it comes from two things. مِنْ إِنزَالٍ أَوْ جِمَاعٍ Either a person has a wet dream and it comes from them, or sexual intercourse. Sexual intercourse. The hadith mentioned min ahlihi, from his family. Why did the narration say from his family? He would be in a state of janaba from his family. It is trying to show you a very powerful fiqh issue, which is that the messenger was aware he was upon janaba. So when he woke up for Fajr, he knew he was on janaba. It was a deliberate act. Whereas if it was something that just happened to him and it was unintentional, fuqaha would have made a khilaf about it. Are you with me, brothers? Am I making sense here? From min ahlihi, it shows that he had intimacy with his spouse, his wives, and he would sallallahu alaihi wasallam sleep. But the sunnah that is transmitted from the Prophet is, if a person has sexual intercourse with their partner, if you don't want to do ghusl, then do wudu before you go to sleep. Does that make sense? So the messenger will do wudu. If you don't do wudu, the angels will not enter the house. The angels will not enter the house if you are upon janaba and you haven't done wudu. Are we all together? So you do wudu if you don't want to do ghusl. And then you can do ghusl when you wake up, inshallah ta'ala. But then when you do the ghusl, you don't need to do wudu. Are we all together, brothers? Pay attention to that. Now the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, he would do what? He would wake up, Fajr would come in, and he sallallahu alayhi wasallam was upon janaba. So the word min ahlihi means he was aware of it, alayhi salatu wasalam. The benefits that we take from the hadith. That the fasting of a person is correct if he wakes up and Fajr comes in and he's upon janaba, even if he didn't have a shower. Some scholars, they transmitted ijma'. From them is Al-Wazir ibn Khubayra in his Kitab Al-Ifsah. And also Al-Imam Al-Nawawi, he also transmitted ijma' in Sharh Sahih Muslim. There's a consensus, he said. The second benefit that we take from the hadith is the permissibility of delaying ghusl. That you're allowed to delay your ghusl. You don't have to have sexual intercourse with your spouse and straight away do ghusl. You don't have to. You are allowed to delay it. The third benefit that we take from this hadith is the woman who is on her menses is the same as the one who's on janaba. So if a sister wakes up and her menses finished before Fajr. And she knew it finished before Fajr. She was aware. But she didn't shower from it. She slept. When she wakes up for Fajr, she fasts. She carries on her fasting. Does that make sense? Number 4, the fourth benefit that we take from this is taking knowledge from the person you know that knows it the most. If you know a particular person specialized in a particular science, it's best to ask that person in the science which he's specialized in. How do we take that from the hadith? Who did the Sahabas go back to in this question? Who was the one that could give the verdict in this issue? No one else could other than Aisha and Umm Salama or the Prophet's wives, because they were the only ones who knew this about him. Are we all together? So you go to this person who knows something over someone who wouldn't know. There's another wording of a narration I want to mention here, where Umm Salama said something very powerful that Abdul Ghani didn't mention in his hadith, in the narration here. He didn't mention it. Which is that Salama, she said a different wording. She said, كَانَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ يُصْبِحُ جُنُبًا. The messenger, he would wake up in a state of janaba. Min jima'in, from sexual intercourse. That we have that all. La min hilmin, not from a wet dream. We already have that. Thumma la yafṭuru, and then he wouldn't break his fast. Wa la yaqdi, and he wouldn't bring back that day. That's an extra benefit. Are we all together? You don't have to bring back that day that you woke up for Fajr and you were in state of janaba. Some might say, okay, I agree that you have to fast, but does that mean I have to bring back that day? This narration tells us, no, you don't have to bring back that day. That's a valid, correct day. Nothing wrong with it. And that's the benefits, brothers, of bringing all of the narrations in issues. Things like that become more clear to you, and you learn many more things like that. And you also learn from this issue right now as well, the more narrations that you have, brothers, the more your fiqh is more stronger. Sahih? And the scholars of hadith have more knowledge of fiqh than anyone else. The fifth benefit that we take from the hadith is the permissibility of being direct in issues where there is a necessity for you to be direct. If it's something that the people are shy about, but there's a ruling of the Sharia connected to it, that you can say it and don't be shy about it. Inna Allah la yastahyi min al-haq. Allah is not shy from the truth. Salama and Aisha are telling the people about their intimate relationship with the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. It's something that people are shy about. But they are saying it for what reason? Maslahah. They're mentioning this for maslahah. The last benefit that we take from the hadith is أن فعل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم حجة. The Prophet's actions are a proof. The Messenger's actions are proof. Like now. The Prophet's actions are what? They are a proof.